What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm happy with today's start to the week at least. I didn't know the market was open yesterday, but we took a trade. And then today, we took a trade on the Express account too. Looking at the other Express account, right, same exact thing, right? Didn't trade yesterday on it, but I did trade today with it. One thing that I talked about last week was using a bigger time frame because I do feel like the market right now is shaking a lot of people out, and the 5 minute time frame has just been very choppy, right? So let's take a look at trading view in a little bit just to kind of do some back testing. But for the most part, this is exactly what the trade looked like the trading day, right? So if we go to trading view, I want to look at exactly what happened today and exactly the same setup that I took. So for the most part, I marked my same exact levels that I do, right? So I did my weekly levels from last week. I did my yesterday's high of day. I also did a monthly level and then my 4 hour level. So I traded ES today for the most part. So if you came to ES today, remember the past weeks I've been trading on a 5 minute, and this was something that I want to definitely change, right? But it would have still worked on a 5 minute. So when I looked at the hourly, when I looked at the 4 hour, I saw from a bird's eye view we are right bullish. Right, I saw that we were bullish, and my anticipation was some type of push down here and taking your long entry to the upside. Right, you could have done the same exact thing on a 4 hour level, and once again 200 here, push down, right? And then some type of consolidation or retest to continue up. I traded on the 15 minute, but I'll look at it at the 5 so you can see the same exact thing in the same setup for those of us that trade on the 5 minute. All right, so here we go. This is the first candle for market open, first 5 minutes. When the market opens, there's our push up, right, which is a sign that we do want to continue up. From that point on, I'm just waiting for a push down, right? So you could have taken a short here. My anticipation was waiting to when we got a right about here to take some type of entry to the upside. And so once again, this is the very easiest way to get pushed out, right? Someone would have got it in a short and got knocked out. Someone would have got it long, got knocked out on the next trade. And so this would have been your entry to get knocked out. So for me, I'm trying to be a little bit more patient, right? And so once again, if we're just sitting on the 5 minutes right here, and this is a perfect example of why I'm switching to the 15 minute, right? This right here on ES alone is a 20 point swing up and down for the first 30 minutes of the market. And so if you would have gotten up here and shorted, you might have gotten knocked back out. And so for me, knowing that the ultimate price action was bullish, I was looking for long entries. So this is where my long entry was originally. So if you were on a 5 minute, I would have possibly traded this here because there's your 4 hour mark, right? And then we never came back down. I traded the 15 minute. And the main reason why is because for the past couple of weeks, even months, I've been noticing that all of this has been messing with me, right? And so if I go from a 5 minute time frame to now the 15 minute time frame, you can see here that all I'm dealing with for the most part is just this candle right here, this first one. This is all I'm dealing with. And so for me and for my eyes, I think this is just better, right? And so this is how I saw it today, right? Is I saw this happen, and then I took my long entry from there, and then we never came back down afterwards to take us out, and then we were just bullish afterwards. Once I saw we broke to the 4 hour level, I just took profit because once again it's an express, and I'm trying to get as many $200 days as possible, right? But this is the same trade that I took today. Right, I waited for the push down. I'm tired of getting shaken out with all of this up and down here, and so to me, this was the best entry to the upside. Most times with NQ and all, or with ES in particular, sometimes it will tap like this wick right here, and it'll push up. Today we kind of went around it. So if I do the same exact setup and we go look at NQ, and so another thing that you guys can see too, if you wanted to take this trade hypothetically, you're looking at, let's see, from just a 4 hour level to 4 hour level right there. If you're trading ES right there, that's $1,000. If you're trading it to right about here, it's about $1,800 right here on just this move alone. We actually rallied up the rest of the day afterwards. So if I go back to NQ and look at NQ, this was NQ right here. Once again, NQ is actually worst when you look at it from the 5-minute level. So this is a 5-minute right here. Actually, NQ was actually better today when you look at it from a perspective of the choppiness, right? But if you look at NQ right here, we dumped, came down, right? We actually passed our 4-hour level on NQ, and then we came back up, right? And so looking at NQ, I still would have stayed on the 15-minute and once again targeted the same exact place. If you would have targeted this and actually got into the upside, I mean, you're looking at what they won. I mean, that's 200 points right there. So that's about $6,000 with the one, right, with NQ, right? But you have to get the direction right with NQ. So my focus this week and going forward is going to be switching to the 15-minute. From that point on, once the 15-minute gets into certain ranges, I'm going to be trading off the 15-minute. I think I've been knocked out too many times on a 5-minute, 3-minute time frame that I think it's just time for me now to switch over to the 15-minute. It's crazy to say that a few years ago, I would have looked at the 15-minute like that's too slow. It's not enough data. But at the end of the day, when you're just looking at entries, right, of I need as little noise as possible, then you're just waiting. You're just waiting for certain zones to get hit, right? And so if I went to the 30-minute, same exact thing. I'm just waiting for zones to get hit. And then you can still, hypothetically, let's say this whole 30-minute happens. You wait for this push down to happen here, which is 50% of that. You can still take it here. And if you take this long here to the upside, that's still 150 points. And you're risking, once again, I don't advise this because it's still a lot of money. I would trade the minis doing this one, but you're still risking, 50 points to make 150 points to the upside. All right. And did we rally afterwards? We did. We continued going for the rest of the day. And so my focal point going into this next couple of weeks is going to be bigger time frames. It's going to be respecting these bigger levels, like the weekly levels and also the monthly levels too. Waiting for pullbacks. If I can use EMAs as points of reference, I'll definitely use EMAs also. But this is pretty much it. And if you let this play out, I mean, we rallied today. We rallied. Do I wish I was in this whole move? Yes. But it happens, right? I think right now, the whole goal for me is just getting back to having a bigger account, getting back to that $2,000 goal. And then from that point on, just trying to pull profit once I get to the $2,000 cushion. So that's my focal point, right? And same mentality. As long as you don't lose the account, you'll be fine, right? But the whole goal needs to be disciplined enough to where I'm not blowing my account, be disciplined enough to where I can actually know when, okay, today's not my day or it's a choppy day, whatever the case is, be disciplined enough for that element. That is my focal point going forward. But all in all, I am happy with it. I'm happy with this trade. I'm happy with today. I'm happy with the past 2 days. Once again, even knowing that I didn't know that yesterday was a trading day, right? So, and even being able to be positive on that, that is a win. I'm happy about that. So my journal for today is the 15-minute worked. Stick with the 15 minutes if you can. And then just keep it going, but I need to get this account back up so I can definitely take. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. So I can definitely, take this back to the upside in regards to the accounts, right? You never know what's going to happen in a YouTube video. So there's no problem with that. But that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely let me know. This is my focal point going into this remaining of the year is bigger time frames, being a little bit more patient, respecting the bigger levels like the monthly and the weekly levels, and then just looking for points of interest, right? If I can't find a direction to get into, don't trade it. Like I rather not have these. I mean, I don't know if you guys do this, but I do this all the time. What if I didn't lose $300 here? What if I didn't lose $200 here? Right? I'm now up right $1,000, right? And you have to start looking at it from that perspective. This is a fairly new Express account, which is fine, right? And I'm still looking at my weekly totals. My personal goal for this week is I don't want to go under, if I can, I don't want to go under $400, right? And I'm still net positive, right? But you start to look at it that way. It's like, it's not even about trading and making the most money. It's about like minimizing my risk. If I can Here's another example. What if I lost $161 there? I have back in my account basically another $200. I'm at $1,100. But same thing here. If I lose 150 for the week, I then have basically $1,400, right? And so it's a matter of keeping my profit, keeping my money versus making as much money. Because I feel like the more you try to make money, the faster we lose it, the faster we blow accounts. That's all I got. Good start to the week so far. I'm gonna try this approach for tomorrow too, and we'll see how it goes. If you guys need anything, have any questions, definitely let me know. And thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next video.